YouTube documentary channels are about to explode, and Google is the reason why. Let me show you.
The city's bizarre shape actually came from a very distinct physical constraint. The original Chinese fort had a massive stone wall around it, but during the Second World War, the occupying Japanese military dismantled that wall to use the stone for a nearby airport. This animated map shows the fort's original stone walls. After they were gone, new buildings strictly adhered to that invisible historical footprint. Trapped inside this phantom border, the 33,000 residents could expand in only two directions, aggressively inward and straight up. Extreme physical constraints, rather than deliberate architectural planning, served as the primary catalyst for the city's impossibly dense design.
So, that was made inside NotebookLM. And if you're not familiar with it, NotebookLM is an AI research tool that can take your source materials, which can include notes, links, and more, break them down, summarize them, and generate new content based on that information. When NotebookLM launched, it went viral for its audio overview feature, which could turn all your messy sources into a structured, engaging podcast. So instead of reading a bunch of text on a topic, you can have it summarized in the form of conversation between two people. This makes it much easier to learn something, especially if you're on the go.
So into this massive economic void steps Spotify. The founders, Daniel Ek and Martin Lorentzen, they realized a fundamental truth about human behavior.
Which was?
To beat piracy, you cannot just try to sell the music again. You have to sell convenience.
Ah, right.
You have to shift the consumer mindset entirely away from ownership, like buying a CD, and move it toward utility.
Google also added new formats to NotebookLM like mind maps, slide decks, infographics, and more, turning all your information into visual content that it's not only easier to learn, but also easier to present. And one of their best addition was video overviews, which could take your source materials and turn it into a narrated video summary. At first, these were more like narration over slides, which was still useful, but now Google has taken that idea much further with cinematic video overviews, which are highly engaging video explainers that feel more like mini documentaries. This feature uses Gemini 3, which acts like a creative director, deciding how the story should be told, what style fits best, and how to keep the whole thing consistent. Then it uses Nano Banana Pro to generate the visuals and VO3 for the animation, so the final result looks much more polished and visually rich. So, let's put this feature to test, see how it works, and how good the results really are. First thing, head over to NotebookLM and create a new notebook. You can upload files from your device, links from any website, documents from your drive, or even plain text. But if you don't have any sources to upload, no problem. Just type your topic into the search box. For this example, I asked NotebookLM to search how the Rosetta Stone helped scholars decode ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs and gave us a deeper understanding of ancient Egypt, focusing on how the stone was discovered, why it mattered, how the decipherment happened, and its historical impact. Then choose between fast and deep research, hit enter, and NotebookLM will start planning, researching, and analyzing the topic for you, then give you a list of sources it found. You can import them in one click or just select the ones you want, and NotebookLM will give you a short summary on the topic. From here, you can generate any kind of outputs like slide decks, infographics, or mind maps. But for this test, we want to make a video overview. So click on that and you will see three options. Brief, which gives you a quick bite-sized video covering the main ideas, Explainer, which gives you a more detailed overview, and Cinematic, which focuses on engaging visuals and storytelling. That's the option you want to go with. You can also optionally add some instructions for how you want your video to be customized. NotebookLM will even suggest some ideas based on your topic, not just generic prompts. Then hit generate and NotebookLM will start working on your video overview. Just keep in mind that this can take quite a while, anywhere from 30 minutes to even an hour, depending on the complexity of the topic and how much information it has to process. Also, at least for now, there is no option to choose the video length. I've generated quite a few of these already, and they all ended up being anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes long. Alright, now let's check the results.
For 1,500 years, the voices of an entire civilization were completely lost to time. The monuments of ancient Egypt stood largely intact, yet no one on Earth knew how to read the language carved into their walls. Looking closely at these intricate, painted figures, you can understand why Renaissance scholars made a core false assumption. They believed these hieroglyphs were purely mystical, symbolic pictures that contained no spoken language. Because of that deeply held mistaken belief, early researchers spent centuries trying to extract esoteric philosophical meanings from the carvings, instead of attempting to read them as words. The voices of the pharaohs remained silent because the world's greatest minds were applying the wrong logic to the script.
As you can see, the result is quite impressive. The script is really solid, the voiceover sounds natural and realistic, and the animations are really good, especially some of the motion graphics, which normally would take a long time to make yourself. That being said, it's not perfect. Some of the movement feels off, and a few static images stay too long on the screen, which can get boring for the viewer. It also would be much better to have some sound effects and background music, but I guess Google will add that later. And considering that the whole video, from the script to the editing, was done automatically, it's quite remarkable. So, if you want to try the cinematic video overviews yourself, right now this feature is available for Google AI Ultra subscribers only. But Google says it will come to the Pro plan as well. But what do you think? Is this good enough for a YouTube video, or it's not quite there yet? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you found this video useful and want to see more tutorials, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it.